Good morning. I was a little bit under the weather the other day, but so I'm gonna say this again. I done been shot twice, 5 years in the penitentiary. That was a failed robbery attempt, just to clear that up. And many more situations, and still occurring, and I'm still here. So, with that understanding, true enough, you do have to be a little bit thrown off. You know, I go to school at Full Sail University, man, for my bachelor's in audio production. And one of my peers said the other day in one of our presentations, one of our quests, said, madness is divinest sense. Man, I love it. Madness is divinest sense. And it gave me chills when I seen it, because it's like, I say it different ways. I say you gotta be a little thrown off, or they thought Einstein was crazy too, you know. But man, madness is divinest sense. And so I spoke on all that to really say that, you know, everybody doesn't have the ability that I have. I mean, and that's up until this point, but regardless of our facts, everybody doesn't have that ability. So with that, I intentionally putting myself, in uncomfortable situations, because whatever it may be, it's not where I want to be. So, or I'm not content with that. I'm grateful for everything up until this or that point. But at the same time, I know that there's much more needed. And being comfortable in any situation that still needs improvement, then that means that you can't grow. So I bought a magnetic bracelet this morning, and it's crazy. It was, a good brother was talking to me, and he said it, and all my little stuff is on my little credit builder card. So, like, man, I ain't got no cash. So I went outside, I Googled it real quick. Google magnetic bracelet. It's supposed to help you with blood flow, may increase energy. So I go back in there, I'm like, man, I ain't, the self card, man, they see it as credit. I ain't got no cash, but there's a way I can, like, man, put 10 on, on the gas tank for me. I said, okay. And that's how we did it. And I like that. So my main reason, speaking on that, is because I do have a rare ability to come up out of situations that deem dreadful. You know what I'm saying? And it's not okay, just think it's okay to to go through these things. And I'm not saying for me, my path is paved. You know what I'm saying? Really, I'm gonna go into some neuroplasticity. I just learned this. So that's why I like going to school. I mean, I like going to school. I like learning. I like formal education if it's education. I like informal education. All education doesn't have to be inside of a classroom. You can learn a lot from a dumb person, what not to do. But neuroplasticity, and what neuroplasticity says is, the brain can physically change shapes, physically, not just mentally. You know what I'm saying? Not just like by thinking different, but I watch TED Talk videos too, man. And it's part of our curriculum, but it's still by choice. And I was watching one, and the lady was talking about the the most powerful thing in changing the mind and changing your ways is obviously, well, not obviously, your behavior. And so it's like, after a while, it's kind of like treading a beaten path and treading an unbeaten path. You know what I'm saying? You go through the trail, you know what I'm saying, behind your house. You know what I'm saying? That trail, it was grass once, and now I got like this path that's already paved. You know what I'm saying? And the grass will go out. And so that's just like the brain. And so you have tickers, and it goes down this certain path, you know, to your thought process, right? If you start to behave different, and you continue to behave different, those patterns cannot be going in the same direction, because, you know, they can't be going in the same path, because that would be the same thought process. So what actually happens is that these tickers start to go different directions inside the brain. The neurons, you know, the paths that thought, it goes in different directions. And so after a while, it literally physically changes form, because it starts leading a different path. And this is like inside your head, inside your brain. Always remember, the brain, which is tangible, you can touch it. The mind, which is intangible, you can't touch the mind. But the brain is the tool that is used to access the intangible mind. And so through action, we actually can change the path of the connections, the tickers inside of our brain. And so it is possible, very much so. So as we continue to see, you know, how things are, you know, you really have to just go to the basics. You know what I'm saying? If a person doesn't address whatever it may be, they may be holding them back in whatever way. And I don't want nobody to get confused, you know what I'm saying, you know, I was thinking about this yesterday, and I was mad because, you know, I got on the plane, what's this, March 1st. I got on the plane March 1st. The owner of this company paid for the ticket. You know what I'm saying? $400 something. He didn't really tell me, you know, that I was going to have to pay for it. It doesn't matter, like, you know, if you would have said it, we didn't just discuss that part. I'm just like, okay, if you got it, you know, if you can pay for it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need to get there, you know? It's like I follow my leads. I got another story on following leads. I mean, you got to follow your leads. Because the whole thing is, like, if it don't work and you didn't do everything in your power, then you know that it was because you didn't give it your all. As long as you actually put your all into it, and not blindly, but, you know, correcting things as you go along, you know what I'm saying, and making adjustments as you go along. And if you give it your all, then if it didn't work, then at least you know you gave it your all. But the chances is if you truly did give it your all and you adjusted where needed, it's gonna work. So $400, right? So the first week I make like $950 or something like that. They sent me a check for $550, and actually I just got it yesterday. Monday, yeah. Because over the weekend or something, they saying it didn't go through, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? But I got it, you know, whatever. So, $550, right? But check this out. I didn't remember that I had parked at the airport, DFW airport, on March 1st. I'm thinking it's like 17 days. And I don't know why I was getting my math messed up. And math is my favorite subject. I'm great with numbers, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I mean, it's been a couple days, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't remember. But it was 20 days, right? I sent my keys back to Texas because I didn't know when I was gonna get there next. And they go get it for me, you know what I'm saying? And I go get it, pull up to the window. That bitch was $540. $500. I was way in the threes somewhere. I don't know why. I was $27 a day. But I don't know. I guess I wasn't adding up the number of days right. You know what I'm saying? But every time I added it up, I was getting confused, and I wasn't seeing why. But it's, you know, a lot on my mind. But, you know, I don't miss numbers like that. But I was just somewhere else. But 500. Then I got to the fours, and I'm thinking four something. I'm thinking 17 days. Then they said 20 days, $540. So the $400, and then it's $1,000 deposit, and they take out $100 a week. And normally, I guess they're supposed to, you know, for airplane tickets, you know, if they do pay for a ticket, it's supposed to be $100 a week. They took out the whole thing. pretty much 300 of it, just because I guess, maybe kind of the way we kind of, got started. Well, not in a bad way, just respectfully, just coming to understanding, amongst men. Because they felt, they might have wanted to get that, but the cold part about it is by the time that was supposed to come, I had already made some more money, so you still could have broke it down. You know what I'm saying? But I guess, and so I don't like to feel like somebody's attempting to, put me in a bad situation. Like, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I go based on my ethic, period. You know what I'm saying? Not because of any other thing, any other energy or entity outside of me. But point being, so $400 and then $540 for my truck being parked at that airport, right? That was my whole first week. And I was kind of sick about it. I had to drink milk. I needed a beer. Yeah. But then as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, okay, 22 days ago, I was sitting there, and even though, I had filed, you know what I'm saying, but I'm already in the hole. If you file a loss, that means that you're in debt somewhere. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no way you filed the loss and you're not in debt anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I had a title loan on my truck. I paid that off. I finally got my title back. Shit, from June last year, I ain't even feel like that was my truck. Really, I'm thinking I'm gonna come outside, they're gonna try to take me. And they did take it once. But no, we're not gonna let that happen. So, got that straight. A few more things, put it in the, business credit areas. Started with UWE, and UCES, man, this program to help people and also help myself, I mean, I put it where it's supposed to go. I truly am an investor. I can honestly say, I truly am an investor. And an investor is in no particular area, not real estate, not stocks, not just in myself. I'm talking about an investor. I invest. Because I know that's the only way that you have a chance of getting a return. So, but then I thought about it though, and I'm like, 21 days ago, I was sitting here on this computer, and I'm thinking and I knew that the little money I was gonna, my return, I'm thinking about it, I knew that little money wasn't nothing but $4,000, I'm like, it ain't enough to do nothing of one thing I need to do. Either if I use it to pay for school to get my CDL so I could pull more, I had, I needed my title loan, I needed a few things. I want a truck. I ain't got to go to the CDL route. I can put down on a dually and a trailer for 16, but ain't none of it really enough to do like the bigger side of things I need to do anyway. So we still got to have something coming. We need cash flow, but I don't want to be doing anything that's not serving me no more value more than just the money, because the money ain't really as much of money is not as valuable as education if it's the right education. Because you make the money. So by me going down to this steel shop every day, and that's not even what I put myself into now. I'm into a different lane, different industry in life. Really, that company is the only one winning because I still have the same ethic, and I'm not learning anything in the areas that I have went through so much for. You know what I'm saying, to make work. So I quit. People don't understand, you're sitting there and they talking about why you quit, $22 an hour. Man, fuck that $22 an hour, man. But if it's not serving me more of a purpose, you know what I'm saying? So I need to open myself back up. It's gonna be all right. So then I quit. I leave one day from the site. You know what I'm saying? On early morning, go back to the drawing board. I get on my phone, get on my computer, and my whole thing, because I'm like, I got a DUI that's 2.5 years old. But at the same time, I'm just like, but that don't necessarily matter. Somebody will fuck with me. Somebody will hire me. Somebody will let me get in their truck. I need a truck. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got the money for one. I need to get in somebody's truck. I need to stay with what I'm doing. I need to go to CDL school. One of these schools I went to an orientation called Wyoa, you know what I'm saying? Workforce, they take too long, anything dealing with the government, But anyway, and then I come across, you know what I'm saying, this right here, this company. And so I say all that to say, 22 days ago, I was sitting there and I had my truck, but I had no truck, I had no trailer. So I was getting kind of mad because yesterday I'm like, man, I paid $2,000. I spent $2,000 out of my own pocket to come do this. you know, it'll be the $1,000 that for the deposit, $100 a week. But then the plane ticket, even though I didn't have to pay it up front, it doesn't matter. It's been paid. The $540, I have to get my truck from the airport. That's been paid. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, I paid $2,000, and I got a 2017 Dodge, a 35-foot trailer. I mean, you still gonna have to pay either way. Even if I put the money down, it was mine. You still got fuel, you still got insurance, you still got maintenance, you still got expenses. I mean, it don't matter either way it goes. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to spend something. You know what I'm saying? You don't just do this and even come up on this, you know, for free. You know what I'm saying? And just all you do is pay for the ticket and you just go. You know, it could go like that. But at the same time, I mean, it's like a fairy tale. You know what I'm saying? Even if I don't even think a company would even be structured in the way that all you have to do is pay for a plane ticket and you know, have the ability that you have. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I'm like, 22 days ago, I was sitting there, man, with none of this. And all I had to pay was $2,000. $2,000. I got a truck, a trailer, equipment, me, my health. But it was because of my efforts. You know what I'm saying? This company way up out east somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it didn't just fall in my hands. No. I just knew that it was somebody somewhere, so I went to searching for it. You know what I'm saying? To fix the problem, to fix my issue that I need corrected. So I just say all that to say, you know, whatever I push, man, you know, it's coming from. I was saying I'm wholehearted in everything that I do. Everything I do. And even with this, and even though I'm grateful, you know what I'm saying, all I had to pay was $2,000, you know what I'm saying, you know, and we back moving. I got me another business account, and so we got money flowing through that too. So we building product, we building Austin Murray Logistics at the same time, you know what I'm saying, and I'm building myself at the same time, you know what I'm saying. And so now we you know, we going in the right direction. But if you take care of it prior, if you're considering starting a business, if you're considering doing anything better for yourself, and you know that things are not as adequate as they need to be, start to fix it. You know what I'm saying? Correct it, fix it. You know, if you know you got some time anyway, if you got a time budget, you know, 6 months to save or whatever the case may be, you know, fix other areas. That way you'll be more secure, you know what I'm saying, when it's time. You know? Everybody have a good day. Be safe and stay sharp out there. Peace.